Thank you so much for your patience. I'm Naina Kaputi, and today we are talking about visions and goals for 2025. Let me know in the chat if you can see me, hear me, because I've switched laptops. This is my first time going live directly on YouTube. Uh, I I have my green screen up because I'm so used to Zoom where I use a virtual background. But oh, awesome! All of you can see me. That's fantastic. So I have no idea why it didn't work on the other, and I'm switching laptops out. I have no idea why it didn't work on my other laptop, but I decided let's try this laptop. So I guess that's all. It's all about technology, figuring it out. This is my first time, so I'm going to read out some of the comments because first of all of you were so patient. It's like I was going to start at 9 o'clock. It's 9:18. We have Monica joining us from the US, Bianca from, I think Bianca is Spain, Daniela from Islamabad, Pakistan, uh, Isabel is in Poland. I don't know if anyone else has joined us. And I wanted to start with talking about the word of the year. A lot of people say the word of the year is cliched. It's something that it's kind of woo woo. But I realized that the word of the year can really be your foundation for creating your goals, your vision board. So I'll start with my word of the year and also how you can arrive at your word of the year. I would say start by thinking of everything that you want to achieve this year. So make a list of your goals for this year and what you want to achieve, what you want to manifest, what the end of the year will look like, what you need to do, your roadmap to achieve those goals, and then write down words that kind of reflect or resonate with your goals for the year. So I'll start with my goal for the year. It's conversion. Last year, my word for the year was clarity because I have my hands in so many different areas or interests around the expat woman and being a LinkedIn coach. And I'm always creating. It seems more reactive than proactive. And with that, what was happening was I wasn't very clear on what I wanted to do within these two areas, the LinkedIn coaching and running the expat woman. So I decided last year I needed clarity on these. And the best way to get clarity is really just start putting yourself out there. In my case, it's a little more confusing because I have two areas of interest and expertise, two niches. But I think if you have one, it makes it so much easier. And sometimes you're not even sure. You don't even have clarity on what exactly you want to achieve, especially if you're an entrepreneur. But I think also when you work as a professional. So last year, it was clarity. I didn't really have a roadmap, but I just did a lot of stuff and I got clearer on what was working for me and what was not. But before I do that, for those who don't know me, my name is Naina Kaputi. I'm the founder and CEO of the Expat Woman. I'm originally from Bangalore, India, and I moved to the US, the San Francisco Bay Area, 22 years ago. And the Expat Woman is a community of women living across the globe. I initially started it in San Francisco. It was mostly in person events, and during the pandemic, it grew into this global community. And I've had this Expat Woman YouTube channel for 7 years, but didn't really do much. I would occasionally upload a video from one of our events or one of our speakers, but it was only last year, towards the end of the year, that I decided to go all in. I decided to go all in. I also was doing live streams with uh, expat women experts, leaders, influencers. Monica and Daniela, who are in the chat, who have joined me live, were two of my speakers at the Expat Women Audio Summit and also guests on the Expat Women Show on this YouTube channel. So yes, that was clarity. This year, my word for the year is conversion. So I came up with that word because I realized when I was doing reflections and reviews of my last year that I was just creating a lot of stuff. I felt like, you know, just I was in too many places, very distracted, and I was not really converting a lot of my offers, my subscribers into sales, because as an entrepreneur we definitely want to create impact, but we also need to grow our revenue, need to grow our business. And so my goal this year is to continue to create impact, but also to convert, for instance, convert my followers on LinkedIn. I've got 17,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I would say 80% of them are women living abroad. So I would like to first bring them into the Expat Women free community, which is through my newsletter and Facebook, and then and then bring them into the Expat Women membership, which is the paid online community for women who are high achieving, ambitious, want to achieve success in the country they live in, and are interested in collaboration, in opportunities to build their visibility. I have a couple of my members watching this live: Isabella, Monica, and Bianca. I don't know if anyone else has joined us. So that's one goal, to get more of the Expat Women community to become paid members of the Expat Women membership. The second one is to convert people into becoming subscribers on the YouTube channel and convert this YouTube channel or monetize it. So again, a conversion, because I believe, you have to have more than one stream of income. I used to depend a lot on the Expat Women events, and it was a huge stream of income in San Francisco. And then the pandemic happened, and it all came to a standstill, which in a way is good, because then I went global. I got the courage to show up on YouTube and do live streams like this one, and so much more. And I got so much more clarity on what I wanted to do. So let me read uh, some of the folks who've joined this live stream on about their words for the year. So that Monica says, my word is consistency, because I'm a big ideas personality, but I want to focus on consistency to share. I'm delivering my best quality offering and to perform market analysis and assessment of opportunities based on their criteria. So that's Monica. And who else shared the word? Isabella said, my word of the year is action. This word gets greater intention for me and my tribe. I put things in motion so they can happen. Bianca's word of the year is security, working on a stable income while growing my new consulting business. All these are fantastic. And then Daniela says, her word of the year is growth. It reflects my professional development goals, business expansion as I continue my business, and personal growth as we will be relocating again. Wow, Daniela, where are you relocating to? And that's great. Uh, yeah. So some of you said you'll have. Oh, Colette is also joined us. She's another member of the Expat Woman membership. Colette, I know you had a word for the year, so go ahead and share it in the comments. I know you had a good word for the year, and also introduce yourself. So again, once the word of the year may not be important, but I found it really helpful, because once I had the word of the year, I was then able to create my goals for the year using that word of the year conversion, right? Like, how am I going to convert? What's the roadmap? Because we last year I created a vision board, but it was really just what I wanted at the end of it. Maybe a new studio for my where I can shoot YouTube channels, maybe a bigger house to accommodate that YouTube studio, maybe 200 to 300, I shouldn't say maybe, 200 to 300 members in the Expat Women membership. So, but if you just have like images, you have like a studio, or you have a group of women, but you don't really have the roadmap to achieve that. You can't just stare at your vision board and hope you can manifest something. You've got to be very strategic in manifesting, or in making the manifestations happen. You have to have a roadmap. So I'm curious, if people in the chat can let me know, do you use vision boards? uh, are you using your word of the year to create your vision board? Are you using the word of the year to create your goals? And even if you're not, if you're creating goals, how are you creating them? Because unfortunately, I can't bring anyone up on stage. I would love to. Maybe there will come a time when YouTube will allow us to do that. But right now, just in the comments, just let me know how you create your goals. Do you create vision boards, etc.? And I'm going to try and see if I can share my screen, because what we did in the Expat Woman membership is our members shared their words of the year, and we put together a vision board for the Expat Woman membership with their words of the year. Monica, I know you shared your word of the year, but we had already created the board because I think you sent it today, and I know you were sick. I think you said you had COVID, which I'm really sorry about, but there'll be other opportunities to participate. Colette said her word of the year is commitment to myself, to honor my plans, to do what it takes to fulfill my potential. Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay, let me try uh, getting this vision board up. I want to see if I've shared. Again, if you're just watching this, this is my first time doing a YouTube live directly on YouTube. I have used a third party platform to stream onto YouTube. And while I'm pulling up my the Canva with the word of the year vision board, if you haven't subscribed to the Expat Woman YouTube channel, please help me do that. One of my goals for conversion is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm right now at 788. So, and I promise you, we will do a lot more content, exciting content. I love this. I love this. How engaged all of you are in the chat, and that you also are exchanging links to your LinkedIn profile, so you can also connect. Yeah. So Colette, she says she's in the midst of a football pickup, so might not be able to contribute fully. You're doing great, Colette. You still shared your word for the year. But yeah, so Monica has two words for the year. You said you have a personal word, which is solidarity. Okay, so ladies, I'm going to pull up my Canva to show you the word of the year, but share in the chat. And even if you're watching the replay, share in the chat to create a vision board. So go ahead and do that. Let me try sharing this, my screen. Give me a second, okay, while I pull up the vision board for our members. It was beautiful. And yeah, so here it is. So you'll have to let me know in the chat if you can see my, okay, share screen. Okay. So this is the first time I'm unveiling our collaborative vision board that members of the Expat Woman led. So hopefully everyone can see it. I would like to present it and make it look bigger. Let's see if I can. In the chat, can you let me know if you can see it? Yeah. Yeah, okay, wonderful. Thanks, Isabel. Okay, so you can see these are some of our members, and they've contributed their words of the year. Monisha says thrive. Julie says metamorphosis. Sandra's is focus. Isabella's is action. Dominique's is connection. Erica Kim's is elevate. Vile's is abundance. Mine is conversion. Lucia's is dedication. Bianca's is security. Saskia's is growth. Thais is gentle flow. Michelle is purpose. Diane's is joy. Colette's is commitment. Rajendra's is flourish. Paula's is discover. And I can't see the others because my little YouTube screen is covering Amy's and Shelly's. So I don't know if you guys can see them. If you can, just let me know in the chat if you can see the last two, Amy's and Shelly's, and what they are. I don't know how to move my little screen, so I can't do that right now. Maybe, yeah, Daniela, if you can see it, can you tell me what Amy and Shelly's words of the year are? Oh, y'all can't see it? Okay. Nope, covered by my screen. Yeah, I don't know. And usually with Zoom, you can move the little screen around, but here you can't. So I'll be sharing it on LinkedIn as well, so people can look at it then. So Bianca says, I have my vision board, but it's more related to manifestations rather than goals. I have put a few pictures representing my dream professional and personal life. That's beautiful. I love that. Monica says, I haven't created a board for my business, but I agree it's an excellent exercise. And Colette says, I don't usually take the time to create a board. I try to imagine my goals, how it would look and feel. And all these are perfect. Daniela says, I made a vision board several years ago, but I haven't done it again in a while. So a vision board can also be created on Canva. I haven't done my vision board yet. I said I would be doing one, and I was hoping to do it for today's event, but I haven't. But the New Year was yesterday, the Chinese New Year, and I it's a second start, or it's a new year to start creating your goals or putting them into action if you haven't. So I'm using that as my launch pad to create maybe a vision board on Canva. I mean, I'd love doing it on a board, but I can only do it when I'm in a group. Last year I did it in a group with some other folks. I organized a vision board party in person, and that motivated me to create the vision board. But when I have to do it alone, I feel a little bored. It requires more of effort. It's easier to write down the goals on a paper. The other thing that I was going to say something else about the vision. Oh yes, my sister-in-law gave me a journal for Christmas, so I'm using that to create kind of a vision board, but more inspiration. Okay, any form, a vision board party. Yeah, we did one, Isabel. We did one for the membership earlier this month. So some of our members had already created their vision boards, so we didn't really sit down to create it, but maybe in the future we can do another one. It doesn't have to be the 1st of January, but it's a great exercise. So I was also curious, when you create your goals, do you have like a roadmap for your goals for the end of the year? How do you do it? And I'm going to see if I can pull up the I created a workbook for our members, and but I'm happy to share it on YouTube, and maybe I'll share a link as well to those who watch the video on how on creating your goals. So I like the SMART goals. I think it's pretty cool. Anyone using SMART goals, let me know in the chat. Do you use SMART goals to create your goals? And let me see if I can find that. Okay, so if I can, so I can pull up the little workbook with the SMART goals. Okay. But in the meantime, you can let me know if you create SMART goals, or how you create your goals. Do you use a particular app? I know some people use maybe Notion. Some people, I think, even use Airtable. So just let me know. Let me find the guidebook, if I can find one. The guidebook for, yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm going to share it again. Okay. So this is what I created for our members and for me, basically. Let me present it. I don't know if I can share it, but I can just walk you through it. So start your year with clarity and purpose. This workbook is your guide to setting. Okay, let me make sure we can see it. Oh yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. Awesome. So I've been doing this and I haven't completed it. I'm not putting pressure on myself to like, oh, I have to finish it by this day, because I realize with the new year, many of us set resolutions and then we don't get to do them in the first month. And like, I didn't even join the gym. I wanted to join the gym, but I didn't because I just haven't had the time yet. So yeah, so set aside some uninterrupted time to reflect, be honest and specific with your answers, use additional paper if needed, feel to skip areas that are not applicable, right? So what's included in the workbook? Choosing your word of the year, crafting your mission statement, goal setting worksheet, SMART goals worksheet. So we spoke about the word of the year already, so again, I'll just go through it very briefly. Follow these steps to uncover the word that resonates with your aspirations. So first, you reflect on 2024. What lessons or themes stood out? What do you want to leave behind or carry forward into 2025? How do you want to feel at the end of the year? So that's what 2025, right? How do we want to feel again? And I know it's easy to say, like, do work that lights you up. Sometimes that might not happen immediately, right? But I think that's very important with your goal. So I was just talking about things that I left behind in 2024. I love doing the Expat Woman virtual summits, but I just realized it takes a lot of time. It's very stressful, and it wasn't converting. I wasn't getting that many new followers or members. I mean, I got to meet so many amazing people, and many of the women joined my membership, but I decided for this year I'm not going to do the virtual summits, and I'm not going to do the weekly YouTube live streams. Every week, every Tuesday, I was going live with a wonderful expat woman leader or guest on the Expat Woman YouTube channel. But that was also pretty stressful. You saw the issues with the tech issues I was having, right? So I was worried about tech issues and just creating the live stream, connecting with the speaker. It was just too much for me last year. So now I'm taking it down a notch. Maybe I'll just do a couple for the rest of the year and I will record them. But I'm mostly going to be doing solos because it's easier when it's just you. So, yeah. So, how do you feel at this? So, brainstorm, write down 5 to 10 words that reflect your goals or focus areas. Choose your word. Select the word that excites and motivates you most. And I think it was Monica, and maybe someone else who you said you have 2 words, and I love that. You have word for your personal goals and one word for your professional goals. And for the Expat Woman membership, our word is collaborate for this year, because I'm going to be doing many different projects where our members can come together as a community and collaborate to help each of us achieve success. So you saw the word for the year, vision board. That was an example of collaboration. Yeah. So this is the word for the year. Then you need to put it in action. Something else I decided to do this year was crafting a mission statement before I did my goals. So your mission statement captures your purpose and intentions and word for the year. It aligns with your goals, values, and what you want to achieve. So once you have the word for the year, you incorporate it into your mission statement. What do you want to achieve this year? Why is it important to me? How will I stay committed? Sorry. So for example, if your word of the year was empowerment, this year I will grow my professional influence and achieve financial freedom by networking and building connections with my target audience and taking focused strategic actions aligned with your goals. So with my goals. So this is just an example. If that was one of your words for the year, so you can see it's an action oriented mission statement. Okay, so the next step is goal setting and taking strategic steps to achieve them. Now that you have your word of the year and your mission statement done, you can start on your goal setting. So if you have more than one goal, you can create duplicates of the goal setting and SMART's goal sheet. I will share a link to this in the comments in the or chat or whatever we have on this YouTube video on this live, and so you can download it or access it directly. So this, yeah. So or you can also create it on Google Docs. So your goal setting worksheet. So this is not the smart goals. This is first your worksheet. My goal for this year, why I want to achieve it, problems that may appear. Because sometimes it just like, and that's me. I was like, oh, I just want 500 members in the Expat Woman membership. And and then I don't work on what are the problems I could face, right? I just want to work on how I can achieve it. So so I think this is very important to include problems that may appear and possible solutions, right? Then what can I do to achieve my goals? How will I monitor my progress? Yeah, I said process and progress, both of them. So I think this is also really important. How often are you going to monitor it? And having this kind of milestone tracker with the date tasks is helpful. And then finally, I really like the SMART goals. I know everyone talks about them. Maybe people feel again like the word of the year, it's too much, but I think and you can create your own set of SMART goals. You don't have to follow the SMART. Maybe you can do whatever you want. But I'm just going to go through this. So it's setting realistic and achievable outcomes. So first, S stands for specific. What do I want to happen? What resources are involved? So for instance, if one of my goals is I want to get monetized on the Expat Woman YouTube channel. So that would be my specific goal. What resources are involved? Maybe I need to go live once a week or once a month, like I'm doing right now. Maybe I need to create one new video every week. So one live and 3 to 4 new videos and upload them every week. How will I know when I've achieved my goal? What metrics or indications? So for me to be looking, first of all, following what I just said, about posting every week, and then looking at the YouTube analytics to see if my subscribers have increased, if my watch hours have increased, how long are people watching the YouTube video for, what thumbnails are working, what topics are working, right? Is it realistic? I believe it is because other people have achieved it. So I'm going to say yes. And again, how will I accomplish it? I just shared that. So there's a little bit of overlap. Does this goal align with my word and vision for the year? Yes, it does, because it is conversion. And I want to convert the YouTube channel into a monetary or source of revenue. So that is yes. And what is my deadline for this goal? So I wanted it to be March, but I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. So I'm going to say by the end of this year. So the end of 2025. All right. So that is yeah. Yeah. So now I'm going to read a little blurry to read. I'm sorry, folks. It said it's a little, I know it's really tiny and it was not letting me present it, but I'm going to stop sharing. Uh, Monica, I have shared it inside the membership, the link to this workbook, but I'm also going to share it here for all those who are not members to also access it, because I appreciate them joining me. Okay, so what are folks saying? So Daniela says no smart goals for me. They are just in my head. I did do that. I've been doing that all along, Daniela. But this year, and again, there's no right or wrong. But this year, I was like, I'm going to be more strategic and put it down on paper. Isabella says I like to feel my goal aligned with higher purpose, feeling satisfied and calm, then set intention, word like action, then leave flexibility for the way things can happen. And then she says, thank you for sharing with us. Of course, Isabel. Bianca says, I don't put timeline as I don't want to stress and then be disappointed with myself. So I just wanted to, this is one of my favorite quotes by Nelson Mandela. He says, I never lose. I either win or I learn. So I think we have to look at it that way. Like inside the Expat Woman membership, I've started a weekly accountability section or space where members can post their goal for the week on Monday, and then by the end of the week, they share if they've achieved it. One of the goals I've been trying to make happen is to write to sponsors for my upcoming events for the Expat Woman newsletter, and I just have not had the chance to do it. And then so I don't see it as a failure. What I do is I take a step back and say, why am I not able to do this? Is it because I don't know who to write to? Is it not my priority? So I look at it in that, from that perspective. So I know it can be overwhelming and pressure, but I think also looking at why you're not able to achieve it can help you get more, in the goal, my weekly goal for this week to write to 10 to 15 sponsors. Maybe that's too much. Maybe I need to just write to one or two, right? So I don't see it as a failure. I see it as I'm learning what is possible for me. Yeah. So yeah. And Isabella says she likes the way of thinking. Thank yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and I agree. If it doesn't happen this year, then it happens next year. You're absolutely correct. Is Bianca, about that. So I have been streaming for almost 30 minutes. I know some of you joined me um, early before this live stream went live because of all the tech issues I have. But I was just curious if anyone wanted to add anything else in the chat, have any questions, uh, share a goal you want to achieve this week. uh, Isabel, thanks. Isabel says it's a very self-compassionate approach. Yeah, and I think that's really important too. I'm glad you brought that up, Isabel, that we really have to be kind to ourselves and focus on also self-care and self-love, because I think goals can put a lot of stress, because like, oh, I have to achieve this goal. And my goal especially is not like it's a stressful goal, right? Conversion, sales, especially for entrepreneurs, all of you entrepreneurs know sales, making money. I don't like selling to people. I just want to do freebies all the time. I just want to have, like, just not have to do all that. But then as entrepreneurs, we also need to make money so that we can continue to create impact. Because so for me, that goal is stressful. I don't like the word conversion, but I'm seeing it more like a holistic approach, and not seeing it as like, oh, this terrible sleazy saleswoman who just wants to sell, 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 right? So but then it's also important for me to take care of myself, to go for walks, to do things that I enjoy, you know read a book. I love reading books, do some gardening, turn my space where I work into something very cozy and relaxing, and maybe meditate. So yeah, so I think that self compassion, it goes definitely along with what goals you want to achieve. and what you want to do this year, your vision, etc. Doesn't look like anyone has anything more to add in the chat, and this chat will be open so you can come back to it, because people will also be watching this recording, because the beauty of YouTube lives is the recordings stay up here. So I will come back to the chat. I ask all of you to come back to the chat. If you're watching the recording, add your word of the year to the chat. Let us know how you set goals. Maybe even self-care is an important part of it. So curious, that's another question I'm going to ask you guys before I sign off. What do you do for self-care, for self-love, for self-compassion? Is there something you do to help, especially when you feel you're feeling very stressed out with your goals, but there's certain goals you have to achieve? Anyone do anything special for that? And while I'm waiting for people to respond, I just want to thank everyone for watching this. I loved all the engagement in the chat. And I love everyone's patience. I mean, it seemed really cool once I was able to go live. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, definitely do so. If you want to go live, maybe let me know in the chat. I'll tell you what I did to go live and how I was able to get to go live directly on YouTube. So I'm not paying any money. In the past, I would use a third party YouTube streaming tool and pay money, and then it's complicated because you have to go onto platform and then stream from that platform directly on YouTube. I'm always looking for something that's very simple and easy to do, and pretty organic. So this was a great first experience, despite this little snafu at the beginning. Again, I never lose. I either win or I learn. So I learned that this laptop of mine does the live streaming, the other one doesn't. I have to figure out why. And actually, the other laptop is my husband's that I use for Zooms, and this is my work laptop. But now I can use this, so it all worked out in the end. Isabel said, I think we do something very meaningful. We should normalize it and shrink this financial stress. For sure. We definitely have to shrink the financial success. And I guess what you're saying is that we do need to earn revenue, but how can we do it in a way that is meaningful, so it doesn't just become all about the sales and sees people as numbers or clients instead of seeing them as part of your community, people you want to influence and impact and want to add value. So that's a great addition, Isabel, to our conversation. So thank you all so much for joining. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I need your help with me reaching this goal of monetizing the YouTube channel. Right now, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, and you will be part of that goal. And if people liked this, virtual, this online YouTube live, I'd be happy to do more. And maybe you can also let me know topics that we can discuss in the future. Okay, bye. Thank you.